brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Wheeler and Lecter with you on your Thursday morning. Back from a day off. I took Wednesday morning off because, you know what? I haven't been sleeping. So wanted to get a little extra sleep. I got a couple extra hours yesterday morning, which made my total hours of sleep yesterday morning 4. So that's pretty good.
You're supposed to sleep at night.
I know.
I don't know.
This is what I keep on forgetting. It gets late, and I'm like, there's something I'm supposed to do. Your body's like, shake your leg uncontrollably and think about things that happened years ago. Well, yeah.
It's always a good start.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
Drift nicely
remember that
off
stupid thing you said a few years ago? Yeah, well, that person still hates you.
And with good cause.
With good cause. Almost hit by a sanding truck on the way here.
Oh, really?
Didn't know that they didn't have to stop at stop signs. So there I went through a 4-way stop, and I was like, I'm going to go. And he just kept going. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put the foot to the gas.
Well, I got precious cargo.
He's got sand.
They can't be stopping.
Sand and gravel.
For plebs.
Is that a
like
thing?
you.
I didn't know that they didn't have to stop at 4-way stops.
I don't know.
I mean, if they've
Probably
got
not.
Well, I know. I mean, I think it might be because, like, they've got the thing open. So, like, the trucks, you know, it dumps the sand and gravel out the back, right? So the truck's butthole is wide open. I don't think they can close it quickly at a stop. It'll just keep piling up. So if they have to stop at a 4-way stop for a bunch of people, say they're the fourth to the 4-way stop,
right?
They got to wait there while the other 3 idiots try to figure out what a 4-way stop is again. Have you ever been to a 4-way stop in Yellowknife? That seems to be the way it is.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
It's Christmas. It's right upon us. I know it's the 26th, so it's 1 month until Boxing Day. Everybody get excited. Less than a month till Christmas.
Just
less
blowing by Christmas.
That's right. Like
blowing by your birthday.
I'm looking forward to Boxing Day.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the day I take all my decorations down and forget about this year that we just had. That's not true. I'm going to leave our decorations up for quite some time. Phoenix started decorating the house a little bit, and like she took one of a day off. This week she wasn't feeling terribly well.
Yeah.
So she took a day off, did all her work in the morning, and then if she has a day off, she doesn't actually take a day off.
No.
She'll just sit there. She'll do her work. She'll return some emails, probably sit there for about 15 minutes with a coffee or tea, and then be like, well, I should build a house. So she just started putting up all the Christmas decorations. We decorated the tree, so that's all up. We got our little projected Star Wars thing on the side of the house there.
Oh, what's that about?
So you know those little you plop them in the ground, and it's just like a projection of an LED.
Okay,
right, and it's like a design. So there's like Halloween ones. I think that's where they became popular. But we got a Death Star one, and there's like a snowflake and a TIE bomber and an X-wing flying around it.
Little Yoda claws.
Yeah,
flying around.
Well, there's a Yoda head.
But he doesn't have like a little Santa hat on?
No.
A little beard?
No, he doesn't.
No.
Well, that would be unrecognizable.
Would it?
I think so.
I feel like the ears would still stand out.
They probably would.
Yeah. His
So
weird little face would still stand out.
You got your decos up or what?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Wasted no time.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Are there presents under the tree already?
There's one.
There's one?
I don't know where it came from.
Well, maybe Santa's making the rounds a little earlier this year. Yeah. So yeah, we've got all ours up, and it's feeling very Christmassy in the house, which is nice. I made some gingerbread cookies last night.
Did you?
I did, not from scratch.
Where?
From those tubs of cookie dough that children sell at Christmas time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Those are pretty good, actually.
So you scooped and plopped and baked. Well done.
Did the old scoop and plop.
Well done.
For cookies.
Yeah.
They were pretty good.
Where are they?
They are not here.
I'd love to try one.
Oh, well, you don't need to, really. If I made them myself, they would taste just as good, I feel like.
Really?
These are okay.
Yeah.
They're okay. There's some really good ones in those tubs. Like the gingerbread one's okay. Our favorite is the coconut oatmeal chocolate chip.
Whoa.
So good.
That's a lot of flavors going on.
Yeah, I
there.
know. It's just kind of a dance in your mouth.
Coconut oatmeal chocolate chip. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't think I've ever had such a cookie.
Whoa. Are you okay?
Oh, my God.
Did you just have a grand mal seizure?
I think I might have, yeah. The anticipation of all that sugar just like,
whew, you almost had a birtation there.
Just flooded me.
But speaking of Christmas decorations, Northlands is dressing up for the holidays. I don't know if you've driven through there. I've been doing a couple of drives I'll do like after the sun goes down, you drive around the city a little bit, see who's rocking the Christmas decos.
You're taking that shortcut to McDonald's.
I am.
You're not supposed to do that
every time.
They don't like that.
Well, too bad, Northlands.
You've given
live
them more
right by a
potholes.
McDonald's. So, if only there was a road right through there. Anyway, dress up Northlands holiday style. Basically, they're just like, okay, so the push behind this is basically Northlands hasn't always been the most desirable neighborhood. That's what they say. And I mean, to be fair, you're absolutely correct. But they're trying to make it a little bit brighter this year. So at the very edge of Northlands, right across from the fire hall, there's a house right at that intersection that used to have a massive Christmas deco.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I think that house still kind of does it, but whoever owned the house back when I was like a kid used to put up a major thing.
Yeah.
So, kind of drawing from inspiration like that and just kind of wanting to spruce things up a little bit, which Northlands has done over the last 10 years, kind of sprucing up things, infrastructure, housing, things like that.
Slowly over the last 10 years.
Slowly over the last 30,
trickling
40
things.
years. I mean, they are. It's trickling. I mean, there's still a couple places in there. It freaks me out because every time I see on Facebook, you'll see an ad. It's like, hey, check out this house for $189,000. It's like, oh, damn, that's oh, okay,
here,
cool. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. But it's been an interesting area, according to pardon me. Why can't I read right now? Quentin Weir, who is a Northlands resident and the president of the Parks Condo Association. It's an interesting place and not the most desirable place. So they want to make it a little bit more bright. So they've got a bit of a competition going on. And cash prizes, $500, $300, $150. Join your fellow Northlands neighbors in a condo corp and holiday decorating competition. All entries due by 5 p.m., but I'm sure everybody knows about that.
So they're just doing their own niche neighborhood.
They're doing their own thing. Well, I mean, they're kind of their
contest.
own thing, like within the city, right? Northlands used to be the very edge of the city, and it was like this first kind of expansion, and it was kind of like outside the city. So,
was it?
Kind of. It used to be on the very edge of the city,
right?
So yeah, so it's going to be. I mean, as the competition ramps up over the next few weeks, it's going to be a nice little place to take a drive. One of the nicest things to do on an evening is take a drive around and see all the decos.
Very nice. And, of course, the City of Yellowknife is doing their annual Holiday Lights competition, but I guess Northlands is disqualified from that. They're just doing their own thing.
Yeah, stepping out on their own. Northlands, very much like the houseboaters, are like, you know what? We're not a part of this.
We're good.
We're not part of this place.
Yeah.
We don't want any of that.
We still pay taxes. But
that's right. I mean, we're head and shoulders above houseboaters. But I'm just kidding, houseboaters. But if you decorate your house, it'll look really pretty. I know it's going to sap those generators.
And of course, you should know as president of the PK fan club.
Absolutely, I love PK.
Lane Candy Cane Lane is in.
It's up and running.
I think it's at full capacity.
I think it is too. Looks great.
Have you been by a few times?
I have not been by.
Yesterday?
No. Every once in a while, I'll roll by and throw snowballs at their house, but just to say, like, I love you.
Just to let them know you're here.
Yeah, I love you. Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, they do. Especially at 3 a.m. So drive around the city, go through Northlands, check out the awesome decos, and of course, you know what? If you've got some really nice decorations that you want people to see, send us an email or send us a message, and we'll put it out there for people to roll by your house and stare at it for a while.
You just outed yourself, by the way, too.
Hi, why?
About not sleeping.
Oh.
It's because you're throwing snowballs at PK's house at 3 a.m.
Damn. Well, I'm like, when I wake up at 3 a.m. or I'm still stirring at 3 a.m., I was like, I should go for a walk. A nice cold walk, get some cold air flowing through you, usually puts you right to sleep.
Yeah.
So I run over there, throw some snowballs at their house, and then walk home and sleep like a baby.
That's a good night.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
Mornings at the Cabin, Little Queen, Seven Seas of Rye. I'm going to sing that song live at some point. Unfortunately, it won't be this year. If Target Theatrics announced that we won't be doing a show this year. They're working on something else, but we won't be able to do the big show again this year. So hopefully they retain the rights for it for next year.
And no karaoke at the Cabin Radio Christmas party either, so that's out.
I think we can do Hummy-okie, though.
Hummy-okie?
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I think we can do Hummy-okie as long as we're not...
every day.
Yeah.
Nah, that'll get old quick. Even faster than karaoke. Oh, that one's out of my range.
A great story here from Sarah Price on cabinradio.ca. You can find that. It dropped this morning. Dentist students receive a letter from a unicorn. among other mail. But I mean, the unicorn's where it's at. Katewi School's junior kindergarten grade 1 class have been learning about where mail comes from, how it gets delivered, and who the mailman is. And they've received mail from all over the place, as far away as Costa Rica, but also from a unicorn who lives on Sparkle Lane.
Thankfully, they're not learning about Karl Malone. It's actual mail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That
go
is.
there.
I don't even know who's going to get that joke.
The mailman?
Besides myself.
He's NBA MVP.
Yeah. Also,
The mailman.
well-known piece of garbage human.
That's why we shouldn't talk about it.
Thank you for bringing it up. So it's
Get
really
off Karl Malone, Jesse.
all right.
Jeez.
Gotta stop bringing him up.
Move
Utah
on with
Jazz
the
legend
show.
Karl Malone. So Christina Bogus, who's their teacher, kind of started the idea as just to kind of do within the school as a way to kind of build connection or demonstrate how connections kind of work. And but they've sent out a request, I guess, and they've received letters from across the country and from as far away as Costa Rica. And when the letters arrive, I email school staff, print them out, and fold them into envelopes and make them a more traditional mail for the students.
Don't tell that part.
Why?
Because the students might be listening.
They're not.
They think that letter actually
They're
came
not
like
up
that.
this early.
Oh, okay.
No, they still come, right? They come via email. So like,
but
here
they
you go.
came
This is how the mailman. This is how the
It came
mail.
in like some fancy fonts.
Oh, for goodness sake!
Written by Santa Claus himself, perhaps.
Possibly.
Only he can write like that.
What, in that fancy font? I mean,
Yeah.
it comes out as handwriting. It's all sparkly.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. But they haven't. It doesn't say they've received a letter from Santa yet. Maybe they will. But they did receive one from a unicorn who works for Santa, because unicorns work for Santa.
Arguably cooler.
Way cooler.
Yeah.
Way cooler. Like, I love Santa. We all love Santa. You know what? Let's just put this out there. We all love Santa. Okay? But I'd rather get a letter from a unicorn.
Yeah.
I feel like Santa spends a lot of his year just writing letters to a lot of children. So it's just yeah, this is cool. Really nice that you reached out, but it's not I don't feel special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Santa writes to every kid.
And Santa has opposing thumbs. It's a remarkable accomplishment that a unicorn could even write anything, let alone a readable letter.
How dare you? You know that Santa lost both his thumbs.
Oh, no.
In a tragic present-delivering accident in 1982. He did not.
The mob was involved.
Well, he's an elf. He can grow thumbs back.
Oh, there you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's indestructible.
That's right.
He lives within our hearts and our brains, making him indestructible.
He's lost his thumbs many times, though.
That's right. A lot of people don't know that delivering presents all over the world at such a pace is incredibly dangerous. But, much like the famous X-Men Wolverine, he can reconstitute himself.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, he's a lot nicer than Wolverine, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't watch The Santa Claus starring Tim Allen and believe that Santa can perish. He can't. He lives forever. But yes, getting a letter from a unicorn, because you're right, no opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
He writes it with his horn, or she, or they write it with their horn.
Yeah.
And there it is. It's magical.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. It's just they'll tilt their head down. They can't. The only part about that sucks with the unicorn is that they can't read what they're writing as they're looking, because they're looking down and they're using their horn. So they look up and they're like, ugh. Then they got to,
So
wipe it out.
sometimes words just kind of overlap when they've lost their place on the page.
That's right. And remember, unicorn's first language is not English. So
right. Yes, you got to translate all that.
It can be tough. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that explains why the teachers have to print them in.
Well, it's kind of mixed together.
Yeah.
It's half English, half unicorn language.
Yeah.
Which it's really hard to decipher.
Google Translate they got it,
but not for unicorns.
You ever tried?
Elvish, maybe, but. No, I haven't tried with unicorns.
Give it a shot.
That's what they need to do. Christina, you need to take that letter from a unicorn, put it through Google Translate, and let's find out what it says.
Yeah, they're good.
I mean, it's a great idea for kids to obviously get some mail. It's always exciting to get a letter. It's still exciting for me to get a letter. I haven't gotten a letter in so long. You just get emails or texts or whatever.
I can't remember the last time I got a letter.
Someone write me a letter, damn it. You know what I mean?
I guess we've got a few to cabin radio.
Yeah,
they're usually
letters.
addressed to Ollie and the rest, though.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Ollie and the rest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how it is.
Dear Ollie and et
The
cetera.
rest. Yeah, except dear Ollie, etc.
We really appreciated blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Ollie is named Northerner of the Year, or one of the Northerners of the Year, it'll be like Ollie Williams at Cabin Radio and the rest.
And the rest. Yeah.
If you would like to send a letter to the elementary class, you can mail a physical copy to P.O. Box 40, Yellowknife NT, X1A 2K1, or email sally.drygeese@yk1.nt.ca. I'm sure the kids would be very excited, and and if you've got a unicorn in the house, tell them to write it out.
Yeah.
Or a dog, or whatever. Dogs do not write great letters.
No.
Unicorns, a lot smarter than dogs. I mean, dogs are great, but they find it very hard.
Dogs are better pets, but unicorns write better letters.
Okay, fair enough.
That's how it breaks down.
That's fair enough. Because unicorns can't be housebroken.
No.
They just leave glittered poop everywhere.
Oh, it's...
No matter what. Well, I mean, they're a horse. You can't housebreak a horse.
They're unicorns.
They're kind of
horses.
I mean, they're kind
They're
of...
horsey.
Okay, they are horse-y. Yeah, that's right. Well, they share some DNA, much like we do with chimps.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? We also share like 60% DNA with bananas, but that's another story.
Chimps write great letters.
And love bananas. There's a connection there. So if you want to send a letter to some of these kids before Christmas, you can do so. And also check out the story at cabinradio.ca.
Cabin Radio's Morning Show podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
As we found out a little earlier this week from Norm Glowich, there's a live show tonight at NAC. It's one of the first live shows to be back at NAC in a long time. So they're gearing up to have, socially distant and kind of half capacity or quarter capacity live events again. And one of those live events is an annual tradition, the Nutcracker from Bella Dance Academy. It's a little different this year. So we brought in Executive Director Phoenix Smith to have a little chat about it. Miss Smith?
That's not my title.
What is it? What is it?
Studio director?
Executive director sounds better.
It does.
It does. Studio
I'll
director
pass
just sounds
that
like,
on.
well, that's just the studio. Executive sounds like
Well.
you run everything.
Looks like you've just got promoted.
There you
Right.
go.
Well
and
done.
All it took was an appearance on radio.
Oh.
Yeah, all it took was a mistake. This is, and we were just discussing this. This is your first time on our show. Your first time on radio.
Yes. Thank
Crazy.
you. Yeah. I know.
I mean, technically not. We're not on the FM dial
That's
yet,
right.
so-
We're not technically on the radio.
Yeah.
So, I
Get
mean,
back
it feels
to us
pretty
next
real
year.
here with the microphones.
yeah, get back to us next year where we can have the exact same conversation about how we're not on the radio. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's early for you. You like to sleep in until God knows when. I'll come home at lunch sometimes, still asleep. That never happens.
never happens.
Literally never happens. Let's just get this out of the way. We live together.
What?
Yeah, we live together.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live together, and I've never been on the radio.
I know.
Huh.
Well, finally, I have something worth talking about.
The show was broadcast from our living room, and I was still never... The dog was on it more than I was.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Betty's made more appearances on the show than you have.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming by this morning. Nutcracker, obviously a big event, one of the biggest events in Bell Academy's calendar. One of my favorite events because I usually participate as one of the party adults. This year, a little different, obviously, because of everything that's going on. Tell us a little bit about how it's different this year, the different twists on the show.
So we're calling it the Nutty Nutcracker. Just
Fair enough.
Because we've got some weird things happening this year. So a lot of different changes to the cast and the actual production. We had to lose all of our adult party guests,
Yes.
just to give more spaces to our younger dancers. We changed our audition process, which happened via Zoom. We adjusted the casting process, so we have two casts to be able to accommodate more dancers.
Yeah.
So we've got a Saturday group and we have a Sunday group, so that I was able to get a little bit more of our students who auditioned into the actual show. So that was a little different. Obviously, all of the logistics of rehearsals and NAC are significantly different. So we've had to make some big changes there.
All right. I mean, So what's the capacity for NAC right now, and what's your capacity for being on stage?
So the capacity in the theater
Yeah.
for audience members is 50. And then the on stage, including the backstage crew, is 25, which when you take out your crew, it leaves us about 18 dancers, which would be a challenge. So I was able to adapt the show and make it so that we've got sort of like a running performance. So the first group comes in, they do their thing, they leave, the next group comes in. So it's all a big like sort of circle of dancers coming and going, so that we were able to get, like I said, more than 18 dancers involved in the show. So we actually have 60 dancers over the two shows.
So
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say the Nutcracker is like such a big deal every year for families and dance families. And obviously with all the things that have changed, you've had to navigate quite a bit in how you put together the show. Kids, I think, like generally roll with the punches. Like they're pretty good with adapting. How have the adults been with not being allowed in the show? Have you had to deal with some indignant parents?
I have.
Name every one of them.
Jesse Wheeler.
Okay, not a parent, but I have been indignant.
A nice message from Sam Stewart, who was in our show last year, and she was sad that she wasn't able to be involved this year.
Oh, we had a lot of fun last year.
Yeah. The adults always have a fun time, and they bring a different sort of balance to the show, and other adults have found a way to be involved in different ways. So I've got adults who normally do the show, either volunteering, maybe choreographing. I've got some teachers who sometimes have been involved in the past. So they're involved in different ways behind the scenes.
They just don't get to be the stars.
They don't get to be the stars.
That's right. Oh, wow.
Sorry, adult party guest number 3.
That was me.
That was you.
Aww.
Not on stage.
We try to steal attention away from children.
Well, yeah.
That's basically our job.
You're so good at it.
Thank you. Thank you. Just kind of bowl them out of the way.
You just blend right in.
That's right. I'm a child. And behavior anyway. So what you're talking about with the rotating of the cast and things like that, it sounds a lot like the end of the year show that you did, that we did a story on about how to do a dance performance in the middle of a pandemic. And you guys came up with a wonderful idea. It sounds like you're kind of utilizing some of that for this as well. Having a cast come on, they move, the next one comes out, so everybody's staying socially distant. Is that kind of what's going on?
Yes, exactly. So on stage, everyone remains socially distant, physically distant, socially together.
That's right.
And they enter the theater. Everyone's wearing a mask backstage. As soon as they go on stage, they get to take it off. Exactly like what you said. So we rotate through, just like what we did with our Folk on the Rock show in July.
Sure. Whatever year that was.
Months ago.
Which you won an award for.
Yeah, you guys
right?
won an award. You had the Chamber of Commerce Award at the end of October. Tell us about that award.
We won the Workplace Health and Safety Award, which I was super proud of. Right?
Very, very, very. I mean, you've been very innovative in your approach to returning back to this a bit of normalcy, social or physically distanced dancing. Which, I mean, especially like in the news right now, Alberta, BC, going through hell and back, and like having these dance places closed down. In fact, having them closed down while other sports were still allowed to be done. So you had some hockey, basketball, volleyball still being allowed to being done, and Alberta saying that dance studios have to close. Right. So there's a lot of struggle for dance studios. So what Bella did is incredibly innovative and award-winning.
Award-winning, yeah. It's working really well. We've got great feedback from families and dancers, just saying like they feel they chose this as their only activity because they appreciated first of all, how we organized our show at the end of last year and how innovative we've been with some of those changes. And then we've got other parents saying like, you guys are doing too much. My kids are touching everybody. And they come to dance and they're not allowed to.
My kids feel too safe. Can you draw it back a little bit? Well, this sounds very, very cool. I mean, and it's such a testament to the hard work of everybody there, but also just to be able to have something like this, have this yearly tradition, being able, because it's a big deal for families, it's a big deal for the dancers as well. It's always a lot of fun. So there's going to be 50 in the audience for each show. There's 6 shows. 19th and the 20th, is that Saturday, Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's 3 shows each day. And there's rotation in those casts?
No, so those casts are the same. So one cast has the 3 shows that day. And again, part of the NAC safety plan is that you need to have 3 hours to be able to clean the theater. So our shows are 11:30, 3:30, and 7:30. Okay. We've also reduced the performance time. So it's just under an hour for families in the audience. So they get done. Everybody comes in. NAC helps us clean up the theater. And then they come back and do it all over again.
Very cool. What was I going to ask? I forgot. So you've got 3 shows each day, and that was the other thing. I can't believe I forgot. So you've got 50 people in the audience for each show, but selling online tickets as well. Cabin Radio will be streaming the Nutcracker performance, so you can buy tickets to that as well. How much are tickets?
So all of the in-person tickets for NAC are sold out.
What?
What?
Awesome.
An amazing 300 tickets.
That's incredible. That's still incredible.
It's
a month
great.
in advance, everything's sold out. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we're grateful that people feel safe enough to be able to attend in person, and
Yeah.
audience members will be masked. But
Absolutely.
yes, Cabin Radio, thanks to AJ, helped me coordinate
Wait a
live
second.
stream.
It was your idea.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I do the ideas. AJ does the.
That's right.
Yeah. Follow through.
Good job.
Thank you.
So AJ helped me organize the live stream for our 3:30 show.
Yeah.
So we know that we have a lot of families who either don't feel comfortable coming into the theater, weren't able to get tickets, or are unable to be here for the holiday season. So we coordinated the live stream, 3:30 show. You can get tickets at belladance.ca/nutcracker. And that's through Eventbrite. So tickets are $10, and that gives you access to the live stream for that show. We have two different casts. So we do say if you know somebody that you're looking to watch on our webpage there, belladance.ca/nutcracker, it has our cast list. So you can find the dancer that you want to support and watch them from home that day. So just another way to be able to say to our dancers, you've got more than 50 people in the audience. We've got 100 people watching across Canada, and your grandparents from the East Coast are here too. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Awesome. I mean, yeah. What a great way to kind of again roll with the punches and just kind of figure out how to keep this a sense of normalcy, especially around the holidays. I think that's what a lot of parents are going to be hopefully not struggling with, but hopefully coming up with different ideas to make this work. I know for a fact, I know that you and I are not doing our usual Christmas thing, which is go down to her folks' place for Christmas. So we're coming up with ideas like to do Zoom meeting, like Zoom things, maybe watch a movie together via Zoom.
Your Christmas meeting.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Christmas meeting, everybody. Everybody dress up for this Christmas meeting. But I mean, at peak pandemic at the beginning, we were playing board games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just bringing some of that stuff back,
Right.
being able to connect with people. So this is wonderful stuff. Great work. I don't want to sound too supportive.
Now go on.
No, God, I love you. I love you too, Scott.
Ah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. I love everybody. Not really,
That's-
but don't put me on front street
just
like that. I'm
ruined
a
it.
very nice person. So thank you so much, and congratulations on being able to do this. That's a big deal because I know you had to meet with NAC a couple of times to like kind of go over how this was all going to be done. So big ups to NAC. Congratulations to Bella Dance Academy and all the dancers, and all your hard work is going to pay off. You're going to be able to perform this. So that's wonderful. The Nutcracker, December 19th and 20th at the NAC. However, those tickets are sold out. So the live stream will be on the Saturday show.
Both shows.
Both shows.
Yeah.
On 3:30.
3:30.
Both shows Saturday and Sunday at 3:30.
And this time we're saying that with confidence.
We
the
are.
show is sold out.
Sold. Yeah, that's we said. We said that earlier this week, and it turned out not to be true. So that's right. But there was only 5 tickets left.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're gone now.
And in case they're not,
Yeah,
Johnny Cole and the Late Show
tonight at the
tonight.
NAC. There's probably a ticket or two left. So go to belladance.ca/nutcracker to reserve your ticket for the live stream for 3:30 on Saturday, December 19th, and 3:30 on December 20th. That's a Sunday. I'll be there on the Sunday show at 11:30. Is that right? Is that where I'm going?
Is that when you got your ticket?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. Right on. Well, thanks so much, Phoenix, for dropping by. And anytime you want to come by, you can.
Really?
Yeah,
Aw.
anytime.
That's so nice.
I know.
All right.
I'm a nice guy. Anyway, thanks so much. We'll
Thank you, guys.
talk to you when I get home, I guess.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Back in the day, there used to be those commercials late at night for, certain telephone lines that you could call.
Yeah.
And there was one that was just like, it wasn't very bawdy. It was just like, bawdy, I guess. It's a weird word to use. But it was
like
just like...
BAWDY.
Yeah, bawdy.
Yes, bawdy.
Bawdy. But there was just like slow-mos of like girls in bikinis in swimming pools.
Classic.
But like Take a Chance was always playing over it. It was so weird.
Oh.
But it was like, yeah, take a chance, and then the number would appear.
So it was like for some like singles phone line.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The party's here, and
Right.
party people in the house, shake your derriere. So yeah, that's every time I hear ABBA, it reminds me of that.
And there's a great Simpsons reference there, but we won't go there.
This is not a hot party site.
All right, we went there.
We did. Didn't do the accent though. What were we going to talk about? Oh, yeah.
Well,
So-
we haven't had a pup date for a while.
No, we haven't
from
had a
you.
pup date. Phoenix was here. We were talking about just off the air there that we were thinking about fostering a dog over the holidays because we are considering getting another pup.
Right.
Betty's doing well. She still gets pretty stiff, as one would after having both knees replaced within a year.
Yep.
So she's getting stronger. She's a lot steadier on her legs now. We've been letting her off leash for a couple of months.
Yeah. She's going for free runs now.
Not free runs. Like I keep her very close. If she starts darting off, I'm like, hey, and she'll come back.
Right.
Just kind of keep her slow. I don't want her running full. She's adjusted her run, so she mostly like takes off with both legs on the back there. So she's been recovering. But this week we decided that we're going to let her out of the kennel and just kind of let her roam free around the house while we're not there, which we'd been toying with for a while, but didn't do obviously after the surgery because we didn't want her walking around too much.
It's always a scary step.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to come home to those first few days.
Exactly. And we've come home to absolutely nothing. She's been great.
Wow.
But I think she's not really used to it yet because it's only been a few days. I think she thinks she's in trouble.
Oh.
She just comes home and like I'll come home for lunch or I'll come home after work and she'll just come up on the couch with me and just kind of put her head down like, is everything okay? Like everything's fine, baby. Everything's fine. But like I think she just thinks we forgot her. Because
Right.
usually we put her in the kennel, right?
Yeah.
So she's so used to that. So if we get up and ready to go, she'll go sit in the kennel with the door propped open and be like, all right. And then we'll be like, bye. And then she'll just, so like I rolled home the other day at lunch, saw her in the window in the living room. But when I came into the house, she was back in the kennel, like laying down. Like I've been here the whole time.
Aw.
So
Which
I think
it's a good thing. Obviously,
I
she
think so.
feels
She's
safe
very well
in her
behaved.
kennel.
She does. And
Yeah.
she's a very well-behaved pup in the house anyway.
Yeah.
Outside the house or with dogs, she is a monster.
Can't help but shake the feeling that she's getting away with something.
Yeah. So we've been toying with the idea of fostering a pup, and we were looking through just to, see how she reacts to it.
Yeah.
Foster a pup for a few weeks and see what happens. She is a bit of a terror with other dogs. So we had a friend over, and she brought her dog over, and obviously Betty's been away from dogs for a while, so she gets super excited. Because, one of the things about her recovery is, like, don't let her play with dogs.
Right.
For at least, after the surgery, it was at least 16 weeks before she can kind of fool around with other dogs.
Yeah.
Fool around. Play with other dogs.
Moo.
All right. She can fool around with any dog she wants. But so we wanted to see how she would react. And so she brought her dog over, and Betty was just all over this dog and licking its face and just wanting constant attention, not leaving the dog alone. So we kind of wanted to get her interacting with dogs again, for one. So let's do a play date with Finny, not Jaya. But
No, not Jay. Jay doesn't want no part of that.
I don't want no part of that.
You
But with
stay
Finny,
out of her
yes.
face.
So we want to do that, and then we were thinking about fostering a pup, like a grown dog, not a puppy.
Now get a puppy.
I don't know I can do that. Well, because, for one, can't really do that because we're not home during the day very much.
Right.
So
Yeah, true.
it would have to be a housebroken pup.
True.
Also, the pup, I've heard, I've read, I don't know if this is true, but I've read, I'm pretty sure it's true, that female dogs who have the run of the house don't love it when somebody comes into the territory. I'm sure male dogs are the same way, but I've read that female dogs can be a bit more territorial.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we didn't want to get a puppy in case she gets a little too aggressive with the puppy. So get a dog, and see how she reacts. So we just want to get her get her playing with dogs again.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we were thinking about doing that.
Yeah, it took about a week for Jaya to, like, we got Finnegan when he was 8 weeks old.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and it took about a week for Jaya to accept him, to allow him
Yeah, that's right.
to roam in her domain.
Well, that's good. That's not bad.
And then it was just like a light switch just flicked, and she was just like, "Oh, okay, no, yeah, we're cool now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, this is our life from here on out."
Oh, they're so good together.
Oh, they're amazing together. And they've been, he's been so good for Jaya. He's like really helped her socialize and become comfortable around other dogs.
And that's what I'm hoping as well, because I know Jaya's a bit of an attitude problem.
Yeah.
Before, has always loved me.
Yes.
But I know. I know
she loves every person.
Oh, right. She loves me. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to say that for everybody.
Okay,
everybody
she
else,
likes every person.
She likes everybody.
She loves her Uncle Jesse.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I know that you and Nicole have talked about how she's a little snippy with other dogs and has a bit of a tood. And like Phoenix is the same way. No, Betty can be the same way, but she's not like aggressive. She's aggressively playful.
Yeah.
Not necessarily snippy, but like other dogs will snip at her because they're just like, "What are you doing?" Like, jeez, Get out of my purple circle. So we kind of want to get her acclimatized to that again because when we put her on rest at the beginning of last December, we kind of didn't have her interact with dogs. Like, I took her on out of tin can, and I'd have her on a leash and kind of be like, she's kind of injured right now. We're not really playing.
Right.
And then, of course, during the recovery, they were like, don't for 4 months, don't let her interact with dogs because it's just too much.
Yeah.
So we're kind of slowly introducing that back, and maybe we'll find a pup to. You got any suggestions over there? I know you were suggesting tiny little puppies.
Well, I mean,
like tiny hairless puppies.
Who can resist?
You can barely open their eyes. Let's get her that one.
They got a little male named Dawson. They're
cute,
super cute. Oh man, yeah. They always have just litters upon litters of adorable puppies and adult dogs there as well at the SPCA. So I mean, have you gone recently?
I haven't gone recently.
No. Because obviously that's a big part is getting an idea, a sense of a dog's personality and
absolutely
how they might work with. You can even bring Betty and like take them for a walk together, see how it goes. That's exciting though.
It can be. Yeah.
You guys are going to foster a dog.
I think so.
You know what? You guys are going to adopt a dog.
Oh, probably. Yeah. I think that's going to kind of been the thought. We'll get another dog and
let's not tiptoe around this.
No,
just dive in.
I've even suggested a cat.
A cat?
Yeah.
Are you a cat guy?
I don't know. Not really.
No.
Not really. But Phoenix's mom has cats, and I don't mind cats.
Right.
And it's you're
kind of indifferent.
Kind of, just like a cat.
Yeah.
I'm kind of indifferent. Yeah.
So you'll get along great.
Yeah, probably. Get out of here. All right. So we're looking to do that. We'll keep you up to date on that if we do adopt a pup. And of course, if you are looking to adopt a pup or foster, NWT SPCA, reach out to them and see if you'd like to. Remember, the holiday season is big for adopting puppies. Remember, though, you can't just keep a dog for a few weeks.
No.
Or give it back when it grows up.
Not a Christmas present.
It's just like your kid. Remember? Just because your baby is no longer a cute baby anymore doesn't mean you can give it away.
That's right.
All right?
Until they're 18.
That's right.
And they're out the door.
Out the door. What an odd thing we have in North America. Like 18, get the hell out. Get the hell out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Around the world. You're okay with it now. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for Mornings at the Cabin this morning. You guys have yourselves a wonderful Thursday. It's minus 20. It's a bit nippy out there. Maybe scarf it up. There you go. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.